Let's tackle one of the trickiest puzzles for a lot of English learners. When to use say and when to use tell. Now, if you've ever gotten these two mixed up, don't even worry about it. You're about to learn a super simple trick that's going to solve this whole thing for good. Have you ever been, right in the middle of a sentence and you just pause? You're thinking, wait, should I use say here or is it tell? It's such a classic sticking point, but I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to have a simple trick to get it right every single time. Okay, so here is the key, the big secret. Just think of it like this. Say is like broadcasting a message. Like a radio tower just sending a signal out into the world. The focus is all on the words themselves. But tell is like a delivery. The focus is on getting that information to a very specific person. So broadcast versus deliver. Sounds pretty simple, right? Let's put it into practice and see how this little analogy makes the grammar completely crystal clear. Okay, so let's start with a direct quote. I love to watch comedies. Pretty straightforward. Now, how would we report what this person said? Well, we've got two main ways to do it. First up, we could say, she said she loved to watch comedies. See, this is a perfect example of a broadcast. We're just reporting the words she spoke. We don't mention who she spoke to. The focus is entirely on the message. Or we could go this route. She told me she loved to watch comedies. Ah, see what happened there? We just switched from broadcasting to delivering. The information has been delivered directly to a recipient, me. The delivery address is right there in the sentence. And this simple analogy leads us right to the formal grammar rule. The word tell absolutely needs a recipient. It needs that object pronoun like me, you, him, or us. It needs that delivery address. Say, on the other hand, doesn't. So we've pretty much nailed the basic rule. But now let's see how our broadcast versus deliver idea holds up when things get a little trickier, like when we're reporting commands or questions. Okay. An imperative. That's just a fancy word for a command or an order, like go to bed. Now, a command is the ultimate delivery, right? Think about it. It's kind of pointless unless it's delivered to someone specific. You don't just broadcast a command into the air, you deliver it to the person who's supposed to do it. And because a command is always a delivery, we have to use tell. For example, my parents told me to go to bed. They delivered that order directly to me. You would never, ever say, my parents said me to go to bed. It just sounds all wrong, doesn't it? Now, reporting yes or no questions is also a kind of delivery, so we often use the word ask, which works a lot like tell. The grammar here follows a really simple pattern. You basically turn the question back into a regular statement, you shift the tense back one step, and you pop in the word if or whether. And you know what? For what questions, the ones that start with who, what, where, or when, the process is almost exactly the same. The only tiny difference is that instead of using if or whether, you just use the original question word itself. It's actually really straightforward once you see it. All right, you've seen the rules, you've got the core analogy down. I think you're ready. Now it's your turn to put that knowledge to the test. Let's do a quick check and see how you do. Okay, first one. Adil says, I forgot to lock the door this morning. So how would you report this? Adil blank me he. Is it going to be said or told? Go on, have a think. The answer is told. And why? Because you can see the recipient, right? That little word me. The information was delivered, so we have to use told. And you might also notice the verb tense shifts back from forgot to had forgotten. All right, next one. Mrs. Peters says, we have a lot to do today. So how would we report that one? Mrs. Peters blank, we had, what do you think, said or told? And the answer here is said. Now, is there a recipient mentioned? Is there a delivery address? Nope. It's just a broadcast of information. So said is the perfect choice. Here we go, number 3. Austin says, Finn loves to read mystery novels. So, Austin blank Finn loved. How would you finish that sentence? It's said again. We're just broadcasting what Austin stated. We have no idea who he said it to, so the focus is just on the words themselves. Austin said Finn loved to read mystery novels. Simple as that. And here's the last one for our quick check. Dad says, the garden was full of tomatoes last week. So, Dad blank us the garden had been. What's the final answer? Of course, it's told. Right there we have our delivery recipient, us. Dad delivered the news directly to us, so told is the only word that works. You did great on that.
So if you only remember one thing from all of this, please make it this simple idea. Is it a broadcast, just putting words out there? Use say. Is it a delivery to a specific person? Use tell. That is the secret to getting it right every time.
And that's really all there is to it. The say versus tell puzzle completely solved. If you found this little analogy helpful and you want more clear, simple English lessons just like this one, make sure you subscribe to the American English Academy. Thanks for watching.